into it. How come, let's see here, how come some people run their bikes with no brakes? That's a good question. Let's see here. That is a good question. Well, from how I've remembered it, there used to be this bicycle magazine. It was called Ride BMX at the time. And there was one particular issue of Ride BMX, and it was called The Brakeless Revolution. And it was a bunch of riders that started riding brakeless. And I think it was Jeff C. at the time. He did most of, I think, the documentation, a lot of documentation for Ride BMX at the time. And there was this big article. It was like 15 pages of like all about like brakeless riders and stuff like that. And generally, I think why most people ride brakeless is because the only problem with brakes is they're very finicky at times. And I mean, I guess once you learn how to do it, it's not that bad. But you just have to you have to make sure your wheels are true. You have to make sure your wheels are centered. You have to make sure your spokes are tight so your wheel doesn't bend or your rim doesn't bend. There's so many little things you got to do. You got to adjust them. You got to cut the right cable lengths. If you don't have good cable cutters, it makes like putting on brakes way more of a pain. You kind of have to like oil them and stuff. So I think one of the big reasons why people don't ride brakes is because it's just less work. It's less of a hassle. So I think that's why. There was a time. So the thing is why I ride brakes is actually I grew up racing. So that's kind of the weird thing. I grew up racing, and they wouldn't allow you on the track. Like you had to have brakes. Like they literally wouldn't even allow you on the track if you didn't have brakes. Because I like went to this like racing camp or something, and so ever since then, I just started riding brakes. There was like a time when I was there was like maybe 2 years that I was like brakeless. But other than that, yeah. Now I'm like full on brakes. Now I have like the gyro. I'm running front brakes, so it's kind of crazy. Yeah, less maintenance. Have you ever done downhill biking with a BMX? Actually, I haven't. No, I haven't done downhill's gnarly. I've had some friends. I used to work at Woodward, and there used to be this camp counselor there. His name was Jake, and he was gnarly, dude. Like, I don't know, dude. Downhilling is like such a different level. Like, a lot of people get broke off doing downhill because, like, I mean, dude, you're like sending it off like huge jumps. I give so much credit to those guys. I probably would have gone into downhill and mountain biking. It's just it's so expensive, man. Like the bikes, there's so much technology being made in the mountain biking scene. Like mountain biking and road biking, they literally have like space age like scientists like making like the lightest parts, like the strongest carbon stuff. It's kind of crazy. I'm thinking about getting into it, but it's so it's expensive, dude. It is really expensive. But yeah, I mean, if you can afford the bikes and stuff, it's really fun. Like I haven't really done downhilling per se, but I have done some mountain biking. A lot of people are into it too. It's a big business, mountain biking. Actually, it's kind of like a thing right now. There's actually a lot of BMX riders that are branching out and getting into mountain biking and BMX. Probably a smart move, actually. I'm starting to get more consistent with that trick, man. I'm stoked. So see, like that right there? That's why I have that long seat, because I can save it.
I've never done that line before. It was a little sketchy, but I can't believe others landed that. It was kind of funny.